Hi everyone, welcome to Wes Knows Tech News and Reviews. I do have to apologize about my hair today, but it's raining, it's windy, and I just can't do much about it. Anyway, we're here today to talk about Fitbit Inspire 2. So this is the cheapest tracker in the Fitbit lineup. But this is not the Amazfit or the Huawei on the Honor chip. Oh no, this is the Fitbit chip at £89 or $100. Cheap? I don't know. Does it have a lot to offer? Maybe. Let's see it in the review. If you are new to Wes Knows Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss out. Another thing about Fitbit which does rub me the wrong way is the fact that when you actually buy a tracker, that's not it. You also have to pay a premium membership or subscription fee. And that's no small fee. It's actually £8 a month or £80 a year or $10 a month and $80 a year. I think that's quite a hefty amount of money to be asking after you've actually spent so much money to get the tracker or fitness watch. Well, I think there are alternatives like Garmin, Polar, which have amazing ecosystems like Polar Flow, Garmin Connect, but they don't charge you to use that. For example, Garmin, they offer Garmin Coach, and it's all free and dandy. Invest into the tracker and you're free to use the tech and you're free to use the ecosystem. But with the Inspire 2, Fitbit has actually heard the people out there and they made the first yearly subscription absolutely free. So technically, it's a gift of £80 or $80. Not bad. So you're paying £89, you get £80 for the subscription. Technically, for the first year of ownership, this tracker costs you only 10 quid. We're not going to talk about much later after that, because after that yearly subscription is finished and you have used all those lovely benefits of the premium subscription, you are still going to be paying quite a lot of money. So in summary, let's do a recap of what is the Fitbit Inspire 2. What can it do? Well, the core functionality is it tracks your steps, your distance, calories burned. It does 24-hour continuous heart rate monitoring. It also tracks your sleep, and there's silent alarms, there's a stopwatch. Excellent. But any tracker does that, right? You can even get a tracker for 15 quid and it will do exactly the same thing. Is there anything else here? And yes, there is. Well, what you actually get with the Fitbit Inspire 2 is 20 exercise modes. They're goal-based, and on top of that, you get to use a Smart Track technology. What's Smart Track? Well, Smart Track technology actually does auto activity recognition across a number of sports. Basically any sport with continuous high intensity of movement, like tennis, football. It can auto recognize your walking, your running, your biking, your swimming, and quite a bit more, but we'll talk about it slightly later. Another really cool thing with the Inspire 2 is that it is waterproof, up to 50 meters. So go to the pool, go in the shower, go do and whatever you want to do. If it's water, it can do it. 50 meters, that's quite hefty. The Fitbit Inspire 2 looks quite similar to the original Inspire and Inspire HR, but now has a quick release band that makes it easier to switch to a new look, plus a more rounded case design. The case is plastic, not much more to say here. It's feather light though, at only 8 grams without the strap and 20 grams with it. The screen is not scratch resistant, which is a shame. Knocks and bumps are common and I would not want to wreck this pricey activity tool. The tracker face is not small. Dimensions are 37.3 by 16.8 millimeters, while the thickness is 12.7 millimeters. So it does sit quite high up on your wrist. The display is OLED, meaning it's bright and crisp and white. That's right, it's black and white. There are no other colors here. Another letdown is that the screen is minuscule. There's at least 10 millimeters of space wasted above and below the display. In essence, the screen display to body ratio is probably less than 50%. Thank God it's not a mobile phone. In summary, I really do enjoy the design of this thing. It's small, the screen is small, it's not a color display, but there's just something about it. It's stylish, and Fitbit always gets the style right. Well, maybe not always, but in 90 100% of the cases, in my opinion, at least that. Choose from over 20 goal-based exercise modes to get a real-time stats during your workouts, or let SmartTrack automatically recognize and record your exercises. The 20 in this generation is actually 5 more than in the Inspire 1 and the Inspire HR, the previous generations. So what's SmartTrack? SmartTrack recognizes activities with continuous movement or high movement. These are walking, running, aerobic workouts, elliptical workouts, outdoor biking, swimming, and other high movement sports like tennis, basketball, soccer, Zumba, and even more. The default setting for SmartTrack to kick in is after 15 minutes of doing an exercise, but you can actually adjust this setting in your Fitbit app, and that's quite easy to do. So you can change it from anything from 10 minutes to 90 minutes. We all know that Fitbit is quite advanced. It does offer some functionality which is pretty cool and you won't find on just the usual or any other tracker. And even on its most basic model, it managed to add something cool. So if you own an Android phone and you have it paired to your watch, you will be able to send out quick replies just from the face of the actual fitness band. Okay, so we've run through all the positives and some of my rambling, but this is an honest review. But we really have to touch upon the cons of owning a Fitbit Inspire 2. So here goes. Well, the fact is there is no Fitbit Pay. And even though Fitbit Pay is a more advanced feature, but really 89 quid is not free. That's quite an expensive tracker. Anyway, let's talk about music downloads. So it is unlikely for you to have storage on a fitness band to download music to, but you would at least expect to have music controls. The Inspire 2 doesn't have that. And let's just touch upon subscription again. You see, the fact is, subscription is a double-edged sword. And with the Inspire 2, so yes, first year you're getting it free. Lovely. But what about the year after that? What about the third year down the track? So you splashed out 80 quid, but you know that a year down the line, you're gonna have to splash out another 80 to get the features that you're used to. So who is this tracker for? Well, I think that's a really tough question. Because if you are into style, you like to personalize your tracker, then yes, this tracker is for you. It's really good looking, it's really light, quick release straps, you can adjust your fashion, you can put on leather straps, steel straps, whatever you want, it's got it all. But let's not forget that you're buying this for a purpose. Fitness tracking. Okay, so it's got SmartTrack, auto activity recognition, excellent. You've got 20 exercise modes, that's also good. But there are some downfalls. There's no inbuilt GPS. There's no music controls. The screen on this thing is tiny. It's really minuscule. And then of course there's no bright colors. It's just black and white. Maybe that's a good thing because in sunlight you'll be clearly able to see the screen. But black and white, it's 2020. I'm just not so sure. And another thing, there's no Fitbit Pay. And at this price point, at £89, I think that's a lot of dosh. I think that there are other alternatives on the market, and at this price point, some potentially offer a bit more value. But at the end of the day, it's for you to decide. If you like this, if you're in love with the shape, the design, the functionality, go out and get it, because it is new and it does offer quite a bit of kit. By the way, thank you to everybody who has already subscribed to the WesNotes channel. If you haven't though, please click on the red subscribe button below the screen to make sure you don't miss out on any of the new content coming out.